I just moved back to Spokane after spending the past few years living abroad. I thought I'd make a video about the cost of living in Spokane. I'm going to break down the cost of housing, utilities, food, transportation, and entertainment. By the end of this video, you should have a pretty good idea about how much you'll need to budget to live here comfortably. So stick around. I think you'll be surprised by how far your money can go here. A little bit about me. I've lived in Spokane for about 20 years of my life. I grew up here and I went to school here, so I know the city pretty well. Let's start off with housing. The cost of housing in Spokane is about 11% cheaper than the national average and about 40% cheaper than Seattle. The median home price in Spokane is around $425,000. You can find homes in less desirable neighborhoods in the $250,000 to $300,000 range. If you're looking for a larger home in a higher end neighborhood, you're looking at spending around $800,000 to $1 million. When it comes to rent, a one-bedroom apartment goes for around $1,100 to $1,200 a month. A studio goes for around $800 to $900 a month. And a two-bedroom goes for around $1,300 to $1,400 a month. Generally, the South Hill is the most expensive part of the city, and the northern part of town is a little bit cheaper. Right now I'm walking through, I would say, a average middle-class neighborhood, maybe slightly above average, to give you an idea of what the homes look like here. In Spokane, it's mostly single-family homes, freestanding. There are also apartments and condos. More and more are going up around the city. But this is what a typical neighborhood looks like here. Next up, let's talk about food. So food prices in Spokane are about 10% higher than the national average, so you'll have to budget a bit extra. This is likely due to the high minimum wage in Washington state and the high cost of transport due to the high gas tax. For groceries, $300 to $350 a month would be a decent budget for an individual. You could get by on $250 or less if you shop around and look for discounts and use coupons. A meal in a mid-range restaurant costs around $15 to $20. Dinner for two in a decent restaurant will go for around $50 to $70. And a meal in a fast food restaurant, like a combo meal, will cost around $10 to $12. Now let's talk about transportation. So the cost of transportation in Spokane is 23% higher than the national average. This is mostly due to the high gas tax in Washington state. Spokane is also fairly spread out, so you'll likely need a car to live here comfortably. Right now, gas costs about $3.70 per gallon. For the average driver, car insurance costs about $1,400 to $1,700 per year. Spokane also has decent public transportation if you live near downtown or a major road. A 2-hour bus pass costs $2 and a monthly pass costs $60. Now let's talk about utilities. So utilities in Spokane are about 5% cheaper than the national average. This is because most of the electricity comes from hydropower. The average electricity and gas bill is around $140 a month. That will vary throughout the year. During the peak summer or winter season, it could spike to $300 a month. It takes a lot of energy to heat a house when it's 0 degrees out. For water, sewer, and garbage service, expect to spend around $100 to $140 a month for an average size home. For internet, expect to spend around $50 to $70 a month for decent speeds. When it comes to entertainment, prices are pretty much right at the national average. A movie ticket costs $12 to $15, a gym membership costs $30 to $40. You can play a round of golf for $30 to $50. Going skiing costs about $60 to $80. There are a couple of museums you can visit for around $10 to $15, and an annual state parks pass costs around $30. There are also plenty of free things you can do. You can go visit the public parks, go hiking, go cycling, go swim in a nearby lake. When it comes to healthcare, the cost will vary depending on your situation. It really depends on your income and your employer. On average, health insurance in Spokane costs $480 a month. A visit to a dentist costs around $140. The cost of healthcare in Spokane is slightly below the national average. The cost of things like clothing, subscription services, household goods are pretty much the same as anywhere else in the US. You might also need to consider the cost of home maintenance or car maintenance, which are also around average here. Another consideration is that Washington does not have a state income tax, so that could save you some money. Spokane does have a pretty high sales tax at 9%. To wrap things up, the cost of living in Spokane is just slightly below the national average. Housing is cheaper and food is a little bit more expensive. If you're moving from a high cost of living city, Spokane will feel cheap. It's about 30% cheaper than Seattle, all things considered. An individual could live comfortably on around $35,000 to $40,000 a year, and a small family could live on about $65,000 to $70,000 a year. This would get you a comfortable middle-class lifestyle. It wouldn't be extravagant, but you'd get by just fine. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe. I'll be making some more Spokane videos until I hit the road again. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.